Realize I don't know what Hey everyone, welcome back to another series of Just Talk with Denise and Amir. We are here today again, here to talk to you about nothing, then about everything. Amir, say hello.
Hey, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you're going to catch this. We want to say and cover all bases. It's Tuesday. Hope you're having a terrific Tuesday. Hope you're having an absolutely phenomenal day. Hope you're just enjoying life in general. But we back. We do this every other Tuesday. But we just came on, like you said, to talk about whatever we want to talk about. But more importantly, to keep you engaged and hopefully give you some things to think about and just some stuff to share maybe in your circles. And come on back and bring a friend.
And we are ready to just talk. So yeah, we're gonna go with the conversation that we started before we got on. Because I don't know what it is, it's starting to get hot now. People are just starting to get crazy. I mean, not just in the news, but just in everyday life. Period. Like there's so much going on. Everybody is on the edge. I'm not even gonna say on edge. They just, I don't know. Maybe the heat getting to them is too hot. I don't know what it is in here, but it's crazy out here. Like, what is really happening this weekend? I was like, what is the, like every time I turn around, either somebody had a problem or something was going on. I'm like, what happened to us all getting along? What happened?
Well, you know what? I think we probably are, unfortunately dealing with so many things all at the same time. Obviously, if you're following the news, that's one thing. So, that's got people on edge and in fear. But I think more importantly, because our weather in particular, if you've, been in the tri-state area, has been all over the place. we 90 one day and then we back to 60, a day or so later. And I think that's causing a little bit of stir craziness because people are either having to, spend a normal amount of time in the house or they're getting outside, but the not being able to figure out what's what is throwing me.
Well,
Is
we
that
live
fair?
in New York. This is a norm for us. Like
It is.
this is normal. This is nothing that's new. It didn't just come about. Come on. I'm like, what is really happening? Like, I don't believe in that. I'm sorry, but I don't believe like the weather's changing. I think you're already crazy, but you're using the weather as an excuse. Like, come on. Like, things are just ridiculous. It's getting out of hand now. It's getting to a point where it's like,
and I
come
think you
on, son.
and I think you have a valid point there. But I think that lends to something else that you probably lean towards. Like I said, there are a number of people who may or may not be dealing with whatever challenges they really may have. I know I spent this weekend just past, having some conversations, sure, more like just as you did.
Mhm.
And what I was finding is so many of us are so engrossed in some of the other things that we seem to believe are going on in the world that we're not taking the time to see what maybe things that we need to be addressing, whatever they may be for yourself on a personal level. And I think to your point, what we're seeing is because those things aren't being addressed and they're manifesting themselves in ways that are kind of like, is everything all right? You all right over there? You need a hug? Whatever, because that's how you feel with some of these people. Like, I don't know about you, but I find myself, you need a hug. You all right? Because you're doing things that just wouldn't seemingly be normal under any other
I
circumstance.
just saw George look by. I'm gonna try to catch him when he come back. We're gonna put George on camera. George is the owner of this establishment, and I just saw him peek his head over here behind me. So I'm gonna try to catch him when he come back. But yeah, I mean, it's just I don't know. I'm just like, man, like it's getting nice outside. We should be enjoying ourselves. And even if it's 90 today and 60 tomorrow, listen, I enjoy the 60-degree weather, me personally, because this 90 is just a little bit too hot for me, and I stay hot, and I need my air. I need air. And I've been miserable these last few days. I have been miserable, but I ain't taking it out on nobody. I say it to myself. I did it out, and I don't know why people can't do that. I get it. You might be miserable. This heat might be miserable, and I get it. But then stay to yourself. Don't bring it around other people. Don't bring other people down because you down. Like that's not fair to me. Getting on the subway or the bus, that's not fair to me. I don't have to deal with your issue. So just help us out. Help the rest of us out here. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
And then, like you said,
George,
I
come
mean,
here, George.
that's his own what you call it as well.
Come
You're
here,
absolutely
George.
right. That's a thing
Come here, George. No,
that
no,
people.
George. Come here, George. Come here, George. Come here, George. Come here. Oh, George is acting shy right now. George acting shy right now. I was trying to get him on camera. He's like, no, 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 no. But that's George. George allows us to do this, and we appreciate him and
Yes.
his establishment. And as you can see, he's very friendly.
Yes.
But okay, what else we gonna talk about? Because I'm tired of talking about those crazy people.
Well, well, we got a couple of things that
Let's
have,
go.
technically been in the news, and
Oh, we talking about the news.
well, no, when I say the news, meaning, in the cycles on social media, there's the young lady who supposedly says she's a doctor, but doesn't have all of her credentials. I don't know if you've seen anything about that. That's been hilarious. Watching
Okay,
that on social
okay,
media like
okay,
that. No,
y'all. Okay, y'all. I gotta let y'all know, like, I don't like the news. I really don't, and I try to stay away from it. I'm like, okay.
that's a
So
good
when
thing.
people do say that, don't bring me down with the news. Just don't bring me down with the news. I don't want to hear every time you turn on the news, it's something bad. It's always something. I want to get on the news one day and just say nothing but good stuff. I know it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. But I mean, wouldn't it be nice?
So,
Wouldn't it be nice?
no,
In a fairy tale
and
world, it would be
it
really
really
nice.
would.
But
It
I
really
really
would.
don't watch the news. I try to stay away from it because every time I do, I get depressed. Like, oh my God, somebody getting killed, somebody shooting, somebody. It's always something. I'm like, I'm so sick and tired. I'm tired of it. So you can talk about that a bit. That's gonna be your topic because
Yeah.
Denise don't know what's
Well,
going on.
the reason why I brought up the topic is because one of the things that I just found interesting about it is, again, like I said, this young lady. I'm not going to go into her name and all that stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but apparently she says she received her doctorate and so forth and so on. But she's gone on several platforms since and said that she
Platform for
can't.
what?
She's gone on several platforms just to talk about the fact that people are questioning her doctorate. And she's saying that, she tried through various procedures to get the information to prove that, she has a doctorate. But you know how things go viral. She's gone viral to the point that people are just making up stuff, and they're making fun of the word doctor like you just wouldn't believe. But
So she's practicing being a doctor.
well, she's a life coach or a coach of some sort, and she's been helping individuals as well as couples, you know, kind of figure certain things out. In the process of doing that, when she's going on these social media platforms, she's been supposedly giving her credentials, but her credentials have come under fire and under question. But the reason why I brought that up is because it leads to something else that I find interesting, especially where social media is concerned. We sometimes pretend to be things that we're not. And you and I are big proponents of this, at least, from the conversations that we've had over the years. I don't understand faking it. Like, I don't understand, just be you. If you have an opinion, great. If there's something you feel strongly about, great. But why seemingly add or embellish on what it is you do or don't do? Just, so just,
Well, most people do that.
well, not
And I'm
most.
gonna say no, 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 no. From working,
Mhm.
what I do, people will send in resumes, have all these credentials, but then you find out later that they really don't have the credentials or the experience that they said they had. So people are just doing this all up. Like I'm really not shocked or surprised, or I'm like, okay, people do this every day in jobs. Like trust me, I see resumes all the time. I meet people all the time, and the resume and the conversation don't add up. It don't add up. Or you'll do a
Okay.
background check on somebody or something, and like, okay, wait a minute, you said what? Like, it's not there. It's just not there. So I'm like, oh, okay. But doctorate might have been just a little bit, that was far. So you got associates or something. Like, people not really checking that. Like, say that. Don't say doctorate because now we need it's credential. There's a such thing called credentialing, And a lot of employers have that, especially when it comes to doctors and nurses, because you have to be registered somewhere, and they have to go through the registry, and they have to get all your credentials, and they have to have it in a file. So going to that extreme, yeah, girl, mm-mm, that wasn't it. That wasn't it.
And again, like I said, I only bring it up because it seems in the social media world, like you said, it's obviously prevalent in the real world. In the social media world, it's too not easy, but it seems to go horribly wrong for you. Let's put it that way. If and when people then really question. In the real world, like you said, that may or may not happen. Meaning people may decide that whatever it is you said you do or don't have, not so much. But in this space where you're hopefully reaching hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people, that becomes a different thing because these people tune in. They feel as though they're a part of whatever it is you're doing. They feel connected, to your story. They feel connected to, what it is you're sharing. And like anything and everything, when you feel like somebody has lied to you or not, giving you the full truth, it makes you feel some kind of way. And it's like I said, to me, it's just been interesting watching how the public at large has ostracized this, young lady.
And you know what? People that's ostracizing this young lady, y'all did it. Don't act like y'all ain't never did it. Give me your name because I want to see if you came up on our thing. If you come up on it, I probably have your resume somewhere. You told me that you had it and you didn't have it. A lot of these people do that. Don't ostracize somebody for something you do. That's one thing I don't like. Like people will sit up here and talk about people and say this and say that and no darn well that you've done the same thing. Maybe not to that extreme, but you've done it. Stop judging people. I mean, like I said, it's a big reach, girl. That was a big reach. I hope you watch this. I hope this goes somewhere and you catch it, because girl, that was a big reach. That you listen. At least you dream big. I ain't mad at you. Listen. You dream big. I ain't mad at you. You didn't go for the little associate. You went all the way there. I'm not even mad at you.
So I know that's one of the things that has been in the like I said, the cyber world lately. And then obviously there's always just the normal things that people seem to talk about, and it's everything from relationships to what people are or not doing seemingly with their life at this particular time. Again, I just caution everybody: one, be the author of your story, whatever that story may be, because if you give somebody else the opportunity to write a chapter or rewrite them, it goes viral, it's not that you won't be able to get out of it, but it's a lot tougher to get out of it because we would tend to believe negativity much quicker than you'll actually believe the truth and the real story. And that's a weird space.
Sometimes even when you the author of your own story, there's some hater out there that's gonna throw some curveball in your thing to say, oh, this, that, and other thing, or try to or turn a story around that wasn't. There's always somebody out there. So I mean, yeah, be honest about who you are and whatever. But listen, we've all been through it. We've all had people say things about us that wasn't true, and you look and be like, oh, people come back and tell you about you. It's like, oh, okay. Well, thank you. I mean, thanks for letting me know. People will throw curveballs and whatever. That's just people. That's what they do. They just throw curveballs in every single thing. It doesn't matter what it is. You could go out and win an Emmy, and somebody gonna throw a curveball in there. Oh, they didn't deserve that Emmy, and oh, did you know what they did to get that Emmy? Come on, like I said, woosah people. Let's just woosah. It's the summertime. Well, summer is coming. It's not here yet, but it feels like it. Let's well, come on, y'all. Let's do better. We gotta do better.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree with you. Again, like I said, that was just one of them funny things because the viral comments and moments. When I tell you, if you haven't caught any of them, and I know, like you said, you're not on social media like that, they have been hysterically funny in terms of people making light of the situation. Let's see what else is going on in the world. Well, I know there's 2 movies out. I don't know if everybody's seen the Michael Jackson movie. I haven't seen it yet, but I hear it's pretty good.
And I have a question for everybody too, because I tried to look for it, right?
Mhm.
I don't go to the movie, so y'all ever know I ain't wonder about the movie. But there's one out until 2026 that's a documentary. Is that the movie that you're talking about?
I don't know. I just know that there's a movie that has come out as
Right.
of late.
I know. It said
Mhm.
Michael, and I went,
Yeah.
I saw Michael. I was like, okay,
Mhm.
well,
Is it something
I
else too?
tried to watch it, and I was like, okay, nah, we're not doing this. Like this documentary stuff, everybody,
I
I'm
don't
like
think.
another documentary. Like we've seen those
Yeah.
already. Like I don't want to see another documentary. I don't know if that's what it is or not. I've been saying that's what I saw, and it said 2026. So
Okay.
I don't know if that came out and the movie came out. I'm not sure, but y'all can let us know because I really don't know. And I'm not going to the movie. I'm waiting for it to come out. I'm waiting for it to come out because Denise ain't going nobody movie theater. I'm not doing that.
Okay. Quick question for you. Why,
Yes.
why the movie theaters? What is
I have
the
gotten, you know what? The last time I went to a movie, I realized how old I am.
Okay.
That loud, that loud noise.
Okay.
I'm like, why does this have to be so loud? I
Just,
couldn't take it.
you talking
Like
about the movie
the movie
itself?
itself, like you know how they have, why they have to speak so loud? Like why they gotta be so loud? I'm like, oh my god, my eardrums hurt. Like, and I'm like, okay, yeah, we just go, we are done. And maybe that was fine then. I'm like, okay, no, this is just too much for me. I don't even listen to my TV this loud. Why is this loud? I was like, I can't do this. Like, I am over it. I'm done. I'd rather sit and watch it at a comfortable like for me. You know, I'm good. I don't. They do nothing for me.
Okay.
I'm
It's not your thing.
and
Interesting.
then I'm spending $15 for a bucket of popcorn and $20 for soda. And come on, that's crazy. That is so crazy. Like I remember
Yeah.
going to the movie theater and nothing was that expensive. I'm like, why popcorn cost so much? Even
Yeah.
if you buy it in the store, you can go buy popcorn for 99 cents. Why popcorn so much? I'm like, no, I'm not doing this.
Well, I will say this, and that brings up a funny point. Uh, Movies now, whether you believe it or don't believe it, is seemingly a real. You're talking 60, $70 easy. And like you said, you check. I will say
And when I
this.
leave, I'm still hungry.
I will say this. Depending, again on what theater you go to, they have upgraded the
I
experience
know
with
with
the
the
food
bringing
and the
the food
seats and
out
all
and
that
the
stuff.
drinks and
So,
I have that. Now you're spending $200
okay,
at a movie
easy.
theater. No, I
So,
want to go sit down tonight. That's all. Have me a nice meal that I can enjoy. Take my time and eat it. Have some conversation. That's what I want. I'm bringing them food out. Oh, yeah, that might be. Oh, they bring you a blanket too. I heard something like that. They have
I
blankets or
guess.
something. I'm like, too much.
So,
Too much because what? I'm going to sleep now.
mhm, okay.
You bring me a blanket, I'm going to sleep. I'm not going to see the movie. I am out. So,
So,
no, y'all. I don't
okay.
want that.
That just what you saying that brings up something else that I guess we could talk about. So, in your estimation, what would you say is in your mind a proper format for a date? Because you just mentioned, like you said, going to dinner.
I like going to dinner. And you know what? It's not even just dinner. I like to bowl. Like, it depends on what people like to do. I like to bowl. I like miniature golf. I like stuff like that. We can go have fun and then go eat. Okay. I'm sorry. My dates always have to end up eating somewhere somehow. I gotta eat. I'm hungry. So, but I do. And you know what? I've had a date to a cigar. I had a really good time. I was like, this was really nice. Just sitting around, shooting the breeze, got a cigar. You
You
know,
had a good time.
it was really nice, and then I gotta eat, but you know,
But the
but it
start.
depends on what you like and what you're willing to do that your partner likes. You know what I'm saying? Because I like miniature golf. A lot of people don't like miniature golf.
Okay.
And okay, because I like miniature golf, we might do that. But then, what do you like to do? And it might be something that maybe I've never tried, or maybe I tried and didn't like it. But because you tried it with me, I can try it with you. It's a two-way street. So I don't think an ideal date. It depends. Like I said, it depends on the person. I can't say what somebody else's ideal date is because mine might not be yours. So no, I don't believe in and the ideal date is this. No, we don't know.
Well, I mean, when I said ideal, I just meant to your point, what
What I
you
like.
like
Okay.
and what makes sense to you.
Okay.
With that having been said, again, just staying in that um, range or area, like you said, you like to eat. Are you a major restaurant, type of connoisseur, or you just, like you said, looking forward to having?
I ain't going to McDonald's. I'm not going to
I didn't
McDonald's, but
say
it don't
fast
have
food.
to be an expensive place where we got to dress up. It don't have to be that. No, just we in the company. We gonna go. We gonna sit and on Applebee's and no.
Okay, so some of those are definitely off your list in
No.
terms of,
Yeah,
spaces and
I
places.
like
to go.
just went out, but it's okay. I don't know why I went out, but hey, it's all good. Oh, maybe because they're not plugged in. That would be it.
So,
But anyway, but yeah, Applebee's and BBQ. I am so tired of BBQs. We were doing BBQs when we were teenagers, and
I
people
know.
are still going to BBQs. And I'm like, I am over BBQ.
the funny thing is, I wasn't that big a fan of it even when we were younger. Like I enjoyed it for,
Yeah.
but it was never like a super place to me. I always thought it was like just overdone. Like I thought it
Yeah.
just, everybody was excited. And I was like, and to be fair, at least now for me, those wings are too big. I've never understood wings that are like the size of pterodactyl wings. Like wings are supposed to be, medium to dainty. All this, you doing it. That's always been weird to me. I'm not, saying it's right or wrong. I'm just telling you how I feel. You get there and the wings are this big. I'm like, I don't know what they killing back there. Bats or whatever. So okay. So like you said, the ambiance and the what you call it, you leave up to both parties.
And then, you know what? And you know what? I like to let the guy plan the date because I want to see what his head is at.
Again, leading to something else and another fun question. So let's just say for whatever reason, said gentleman is not a planner. It's just not in his wheelhouse. It's just not his thing. Per se. I'm not saying he's good or bad person, but that just is not his thing.
Everybody has been to a restaurant or something, or have your favorite restaurant that you want to go to, or have a favorite place that you like or something.
Mm-hmm.
How hard is it to plan that? Or if you're talking to somebody and they say, "Oh, well, I like this or I like that," and you go, "Oh, okay, well, let's start on the date." How hard is it to plan that? Like, I'm confused. Like, what do you mean not a planner? Pick up a phone and make a reservation if need be. Not everybody needs to make reservations. But if there's a reservation needs to be made, make it. If you need to know, Google has everything. So if you need to know what time a restaurant opens, what time it closes, Google it. Like, come on, guys. Not a planner. Come on.
I'm just throwing things out there because when you converse, amongst the people,
Amongst
people, I say it that way because sometimes we talk to our friends and you share things and you be like in your mind well, that's interesting because in all fairness you think to yourself like you said, how hard is it to do some of the simpler things? But you find that, like I said, at least I'm finding when I'm having these conversations, people like you ain't gonna believe this one. I'll be like, wow, so that's
So,
why.
Are they not planners, or they just don't want to plan? Like,
Well,
that's the big question because I mean, how hard is it to say, okay, well, I'm gonna take her over here, or I'm gonna take him over here? Because ladies, we can pay too. But how hard is it to say that? Like, how hard is that?
Again, I agree with you. I just think that it's one of those things that may or may not be discussed enough, and people don't have the wherewithal sometimes to even have these discussions. We know I talk this on a few occasions. Communication obviously is key. But so many of us are afraid to communicate for whatever reasons. And again,
Let me tell you something. Now I'm putting this out there, and he may or may not see this, and at this point, I really don't care. But I was talking to a gentleman, right? And I mean, I'm big on birthdays. I love people's birthdays. I love stuff like that. So when your birthday come up, I'm like, what are you doing? All right, well, let's go do this or let's go do that. Or if you having something, I'm gonna make it bigger than you have been doing it. That's how I am with birthdays. I love birthdays, and this is what I do. So his birthday came up, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take him out for his birthday. And I invited some of his friends. He had a couple friends. It was maybe 6 of us. We went out. He had a good time. He was surprised because, he said no one's ever done that for him before. Okay. So his birthday was in November. Christmas came up. Not a card, nothing. Not a rose. I said, okay. I said, I'm glad I'm just talking to this guy. Oh, Lord. I'm glad I changed my ways, y'all. And then Valentine's Day came. No card. No rose. Mother's Day just passed. No card. No rose. Nothing. So, mind you, I've been like, he's like, oh, I want to be exclusive. And I'm like, no, I'm not being exclusive. First of all, you're not showing me anything where I would want to be exclusive with you. Like, you're not even making an effort to do anything. Me, little things to me matter. Little things. It didn't have to be nothing big or extravagant. Just the thought. I thought about you. You know what? I did that. Like for your birthday, I thought about you. It was just I just needed. And I'm like, and I didn't say anything until recently because he kept pressing the issue about being exclusive, being exclusive. I'm like, dude, I'm dating. I'm not exclusive with you because. And I broke it down to him, and he sat and he looked, and he was like, wow. And I'm like, but that never dawned on you? Like, it never hit you in the head to be like, wait a minute. But you always say, oh, I appreciate when you did this for me.
The only thing I can say that is, and this again, just my experience or some of my experiences. There are a lot of selfish people in this world. And again, I'm not condoning it. I'm not, saying that they're right or wrong. But there are a lot of people who are selfish, meaning they technically don't know how to give. They only know how to receive. And to your point, if we don't have that conversation, if we don't bring up, what is transpiring and what is happening, then we have, this disconnect. And a lot of times people in their heart and in their mind believe themselves to be, again, something that, we talked about a little bit earlier, things that they're not. And that's, again, why I even brought that up, because if you're not facilitating, certain ideologies, whatever they may be, like you said, in the case of dating, let me have some reciprocation here. You can't just, receive, or take, and never say to yourself, let me give back in some way, shape, or form. Like you said, it could be the simplest things. But again, I think that we're in such a me state. Again, generally speaking, not individually, because I know plenty of people who are in very healthy situations where the give and take is amazing. But a lot of us are not, and we're doing the best that we can to try to maneuver that space, based off of anything and everything that's going on. But the crux to that is we're left, like you said, feeling a little, because the people who we're extending ourselves to and for do and don't seem to really understand, like, and this goes for, all kinds of situations. Like you said, this happened to be a specific situation that you can give credence to. But I know sometimes when I speak to, again, my friends and did this, or he did that, or she did this,
Hmm.
well, there was no return on that. Nah, and we got to do better. Yeah, the thank you process needs to be stronger. The reciprocation, and it doesn't necessarily have to be tit for tat. I'm just saying, to your point.
Just think about the person.
Yeah,
Like at some point, like, oh, I appreciate what you did. Okay, that's nice, but what are you doing besides telling me that you want to be exclusive? Like, what are you doing? Like, there's nothing else there. Like, and so needless to say, he's no longer a friend of mine, but
but and,
but
but
I'm
even
just
that,
saying.
but like you said, that's a real part of this new process as well. A lot of times, or sometimes we stay in these situations longer than we could and we should, for the various reasons, but we are. And you find yourself trying to figure out, like, where did the time go, or how did I get here? And you're right, it's
Yeah, I don't
because
have time for that no more. I done been there and done that. Now I'm looking for things right from the go. I'm like, all right, listen, I am who I am, and like I said, I love birthdays, and I don't care if we only been talking for 3 months. Your birthday coming, dude, I got you. Like I like birthdays. My friends love them. My friends know I love birthdays, and if your birthday is coming, listen, Denise is on top of it. Like, what you doing? Amir's hardly ever here. He always going. But that's okay because you got to handle what you got to handle. But when he is here, I'm like, Amir, what you doing? All right, let's go.
let's get it.
And we out. But a lot of people don't think like that, and I don't know. I mean, I have friends that like that too. Like people don't. I'm like, my birthday come, y'all don't mean. But these are friends, and I'm like, my friends gonna be my friends, and I know who they are now. And I'm like, this what it is. But somebody that wants to be with you is like, oh, that's totally different. Like, dude, I can't. I'm not gonna keep doing this for you year after year, and I can't even get nothing in return.
Yeah,
Nothing
that's
in
that's
return.
yeah, no, that's a
Like,
very terrible
yeah.
process there. And again, like you said,
And
especially.
don't get me wrong, I'm not a person to look for anything, but I like for people to at least acknowledge. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying anybody has to do anything for me. I'm not saying anybody has to spend money on me or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that when you do stuff for people and you extend yourself for people because you care for people, then at some point they should show that they care for you as well. I
No,
don't want nobody to say, "Oh, she doesn't." No, 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 no. That's not what I said.
no. Again, you bring up a very valid point. You bring up a very valid situation that a good number of people may or may not be dealing with. And again, that's part of what this platform is about: giving energy and license to things that sometimes we do and don't want to talk about. Not because we can't, but it's hard. I always tell people, in theory, yes, we always say we should communicate. It's a lot of us struggling to. I don't know how to bring this. I don't know what to say. And again, I say that that's right or wrong.
I wish I had that
It's
problem.
just, yeah. Denise doesn't have that problem. It's not a single situation where D doesn't express what
I'm saying.
how she feels about things. But again, it's also great to have people in your life like that, because these are people that, if and when you run things by, they keep things solid and 100, as we like to say. But more importantly, they provide that strength and that support that you don't necessarily get, because a lot of us got a lot of yes people around us. Well, some yes people. I shouldn't say a lot, but some yes people, and y'all know how that goes. You talking yourself in and out of all kind of foolishness because nobody says to you. I'm not sure if that's such a great idea. Not saying you're right or wrong. Just saying you might want to look at that a little bit closely, a little more
Closely.
closely, and figure some stuff out.
Oh man, this has been fun.
Yes, as always.
Again.
We,
Again.
this is what we do. Like you said, our chats are legendary. But
Yes.
the fun part about it is we just really, take time to kind of just bounce things off of one another. And, like I said, that's what makes this such a great situation. It's just the ability to share thoughts. Denise and I have had plenty of nights and days where we didn't agree, and some of them even got heated, but it was never nothing that got heated to the point where it wasn't in love, and where her and I didn't walk away, from it still,
Like a me, I'm home.
true,
You be
yeah.
like, yo, D, I'm home. I had a good time.
And we just keep it pushing from there because at the end of the day, again, like I said, you need some real friends in your life. You need some people who are a little more grounded than maybe you are. And you need some people whose heads are up in the clouds too. You got to get a plethora of
Variety.
people,
Yeah.
yeah. So that this way, you don't just keep, walking in the same vein because you don't learn, you don't grow in those environments. And I've always said that I think, our main job here is one to, help as many people as we can, depending on, what your gift is. But more importantly, it's also to grow. And you got to hopefully find people or have people in and around you that not only help you grow, but want to see you grow and help you with that process. So,
That's right.
yeah.
And that came from my friend Amir.
So with that,
Also, again, leave your comments. We're also on TikTok. We're on Facebook. We're on Snapchat, but I still don't know how to use Snapchat, y'all. Snapchat is for younger people, man. I don't know how to use that site at all. What's the other one I said?
you
It was
said
five. Oh, and we're on YouTube, so
yes.
y'all can check us out on any one of those channels. And again, let us know what you think. It's Just Talk NY on all channels. Nothing changed. It's Just Talk NY. So if you go to any of those and go to Just Talk NY, you'll find us. Again, thank you and see you next time.
Yes. Have a great